There. That's one, and that's two. Hello. Your audio should be going through now.
Hello.
Alright, I can make you also broadcast. My microphone is going through directly. Say something now.
Hello, can people hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Because I'm watching the audio level, so you should be good. Alrighty, I think we are. Yeah, we're all set up. Hello. And those just tuning in, welcome to the Resonite Art Team office hours. I'm Aegis Wolf, and this is Rushin of the Resonite Art
Hello.
Team. I see a Bappler here. Welcome, welcome. And an Element No. Yeah, we're a little bit later this time, an hour later than usual now. Hopefully, this will be the new usual because essentially around this time we have the like meetings, whether it be the art team meetings, meetings for like the general team meetings, and even some business meetings around this time as well too. And how even Prime's office hours are about the same time on Tuesdays as well too. So figured for consistency's sake, yeah. We're still doing the VODs and uploading them to YouTube. So if people do miss what we're doing right now, they can always tune in to the VODs, both on Twitch while they're still on there, but we also archive them on a second YouTube channel. But the playlist for the that YouTube channel is also on our main YouTube channel, which is pretty neat that you can do that. So has more visibility there. But do subscribe to both, it helps us out.
Yep.
Controller. Yeah, I was hoping that
Hopefully.
my computer would up or restart and update Resonite in time, and looks like we did. And yeah, we're gonna be messing around with something that is just fresh off of the press, fresh off of the fruits.
I have made a chain.
Yes, they have made a chain of Tauruses.
It's uh it's probably not gonna work correctly because the offsets of the points of origin, but it's fine. We'll see what
Um,
happens. It might be funny.
I could help you with that real quick. Just make a
I
child
mean,
object,
it's
move it where it is, and then like, let me help
yeah.
you
Let me
with
do that
that.
real quick.
Or you got it, or you want me to help you out?
I can do it.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
Start at the top one actually.
Oh, we have a good question for once we start those in a bit. Let me double check if we. Well, I should probably also ping live streams if I haven't already. Oh, yeah. Oh, alrighty. This is technically a live stream, so. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, the reason why I was in disc looking on Discord. Alright, let's see. Is there any. If there isn't, that is fine, but I'm still going to make a new one. And today is the 27th. Okay, so I forgot to make one. Damn. Alright, what is the next date? Out of curiosity, it is the 3rd of June, is when our next art team stream is. Day before I take a look at the last episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. Neat. Yeah, okay, I remember what I was doing to this chain. I'm gonna make it metal.
Where's the component actually? I don't know where the component's stored. Go
Um,
look at the update.
yeah, let's look at the devlog. Or actual updates channel. Yeah, for
Transform
those
inverse kinematics.
transform inverse kinematics. Yeah, as Rue just mentioned, yeah, there is something that just hopped in just like how long ago is this of this recording? 4:53 p.m. About 2 hours ago. It is the first step in, well, figuratively and technically, literally, with how IK can be used. But yes, it's the first step for the new IK system called Strike Pose in Resonite. So pretty much it's like a standalone IK chain that you can create, make like branching chains and all that, and mess around with it, and even like rig static objects together, or even rudimentary uh, weight painting to it, or weighting automatic weights onto models as well, which is quite interesting. That means people will be able to make avatars completely out of procedural meshes, and well, you already can do that technically by making like a floating heads and hands avatar, and yeah, make it entirely in here. But yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Just like how dynamic bones works in Resonite, it could be applied to any chain of objects. Same thing with dynamic bones. So, say for example, this chain here, it can be made into a set of, well, dynamic bones or a set of fabric. It's called IK bones fabric uh, solved.
It does not like my bones.
It does not like it. Maybe it actually requires it.
Well, the component turned itself off, so I'm assuming there's an error somewhere.
Parent bone effector. You're gonna need an effector. Or
No,
wait.
that's just the normal bone list. Like bones can have an effector. In this case, we don't want one, so we should. So I put the bones in manually in here. Uh,
I'm gonna see if there's anything in regards of setting up simulating I'm just gonna I'm gonna screenshot the Discord thing so that I can just kind of go over it a bit. You'll hear a sound effect when I take a screenshot. That is a ShareX jump scare. Let's see here. And
oh,
that.
I think we're doing this the wrong way. We need the rig tool.
Oh yeah, wait, there's a new tool.
Yeah, the rig tool.
Oh man.
Well, no, we have we've had the rig tool before, I believe.
No, that's the skin
This
mesh
an update
render
to it?
tool.
I'm thinking of the rig transfer tool actually.
Yeah, the
That's
rig
what I'm thinking
transfer, then this is the new rig tool. That is going to be interesting. All right, let me take a
of. Here you go.
screenshot of the latter half of this. That is actually quite extensive. Not only there's this new initial part of the okay, no, I don't want to paste the screenshot of the updates channel into the updates channel. Okay. Alrighty.
Here you go.
But yeah, so that you can see as well, Rue.
We got to make a model and stuff for that tool.
Okay, yeah, this is what it looks like currently. So I'm gonna probably is it in the essentials already?
I don't think so. I just pulled that out of like ethereal nothingness.
Okay,
Uh,
spawned it out from nothing. Alrighty, I'm just gonna save it in Resonite Essentials Tools. It's just gonna be there for now. Doesn't have a model yet. I mean, I'm gonna have to make like how many models now for tools? Three at this point. Two for old niche ones that I've been needing to do, like the duplicator tool and the inspector tool. And then, of course, now the rig tool, which I kind of want to make a sort of variant of this. Just the
yeah,
rig transfer tool, but it looks different. It still
I
has a
think
bone on it, though. I think I'll do that, but yeah.
I think this model works really well for the bone tool, and then for the rig we could do like a miniature little rig in there.
Like a thing of bones, like a
Yeah,
chain of bones. Okay, yeah.
or because this one's for the fabric solver, we could do like some kind of
Sewing
maybe
machine
like a
or like a medical device.
no, I mean like we could have like an actual like bone chain in there that's set up with it
Oh,
instead
I
of just
just
a
thought
single
of
bone.
something cool. Imagine a double helix, but made out of bones inside like a tube. I'll keep that in mind. I'll have to do some sketches later. I do want to get to your question real quick to computer user. Also, welcome to the stream, Tom Tam. Hello. Alrighty. Yeah. In this case, this question here, is there any particular reason why we switched to linear from gamma space? That is a good question. So, in regards of gamma space versus linear, linear space is more physically accurate to how light bounces off of objects versus how gamma space is more like a averaging, like outdated technique of doing lighting for scenes and such and colors. So there was
Gamma
th-
space is set up for like perceived intensity, so it's like it's kind of like how MP3s are optimized so that they cut out sounds that like the human body can't hear. This is optimized for the light and range that is perceived through your eyes for gamma.
oh, controller.
It's also gamma space is also somewhat more performant than linear. Um, it,
I'm not sure if that's the case though. Some of
no,
this
well,
question might be best for like people like Prime and Fruits to answer, but I
yeah,
know for sure we changed from gamma space to linear mainly because of the accuracy of how textures, models, lights, colors, and reflections would look in here in linear space versus gamma space. So,
it's more correct and it leads to better PBR material like setups. Um,
yeah.
and since most of the industry plus us use PBR for making things, it just makes sense to use a version that is better suited for those. Plus, most computers nowadays can pretty much handle anything.
Here's another good question from Hecko Yes. Also, welcome to the stream. All right. So, how much of the art process happens in Resonite or in VR in general? Would you want it to be more, or are you fine with desktop tools? I think there's a balance depending on what the step of the, not only the step of the project process is in making it, but also what it is. If it's something that deals with a lot of modeling, like a block out of that could be done in here, or even sketching using the brushes in here. Like for example, I would like sketch out a design in Resonite, take screenshots of it, model that design in Blender, and then bring it out. So there's a bit of both happening in here. Or I would use simple shapes like the primitive shapes to kind of block out the, kind of block out the shape or design or whatnot, and export it out from Resonite using like the export feature of models or meshes, and you can import it into Blender and use that as a reference. I've done that multiple times over the years, especially to get proper scale of something.
Well, that's neat. The rig tool comes with an effector target in the tool. I'm guessing so that it can act as a temporary effector target on the bone chains.
Interesting. But yeah, I'm most of us on the team pretty much just like to use both the VR and desktop tools. Just depends on the occasion.
Yep.
They both have
I
their ups and downs.
I like to do stuff in VR, but I will oftentimes work on, say, Protoflux or moving things around or just like transferring information on desktop just because it's a lot faster that way. And then hop into VR to like actually make sure things look good and then, do any other fine edits we need. People have different workflows as well. I also like to check and make sure that stuff is working for desktop. We actually did fix a few bugs with the tutorial that we hadn't caught that were related to desktop in there the last time I was in there.
Look at this, Rue, by the way. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Issue number 4529 and 2464. Remember the thing about the uh Protoflux, or was it the response?
The one?
The freeze that happens within like the tutorial.
Yeah.
Brooks fixed it in the latest one. I just remembered.
Oh, okay. What was the actual cause?
So, okay, to kind of like explain what I just remembered now.
We were trying to
Uh,
figure that out too.
so Ryuvi found out what it was. It it was a problem that was plaguing us for a while, and we've been trying to figure out how to fix the existing tutorial. Which there was a really bad bug in there where turns out a user would hitch for a long enough time, about like 10 or so seconds sometimes, for loading in first, um, like a world for the first time, and then after that it's fine. But within that like time frame of hitching and finished loading, it would halt any protoflux signals going through the world. And it only happen when you first focus the world into it. And that caused the tutorial to just get stuck at the beginning. Now, problem was people thought it was not sending them to the other world, but we have a system in that world to make it look like it's a seamless transition from one world to another, from your local home directly into the tutorial world. So there was another fix that basically helped it anyways that we did, and we've looked through and I think Ray should make a devlog about this. I think they forgot, but basically they brute forced their own computer to have that same hitch to happen by basically how do they put it? Nuclear protoflux testing, basically. Putting a repeating loop on their computer until it hitches, then they join the world, then they see if it happens or not. And then they disable something in the world that's causing that hitch, and then repeat the cycle after saving the world, after checking if that thing is hidden, is causing it. We went through everything and found out that apparently something with the plants were causing people to hitch
It was
on the
the
first,
LOD component.
which likely is the LOD component.
Yeah. Well, that's what we kind of narrowed it down to, but it should be fine now. Like we were saying, fruits fixed the
This
issue, so
is like an underlying issue about the changing the processing, background processing to a different thread, it seems. So, yeah. But, regards of the load of the LODs or so, that's still yet to be tested on our end too to see like what else that would have that would also cause that and what would be the fix for that kind of issue. But yeah, we hopefully have gotten it done and people are able to actually go through the tutorial. And we're still working on the new tutorial as well too. We're kind of balancing like not only fixing the existing one with the bug that was plaguing us for a while, also working on the universe project, also a new project that we've been working on. Be more details soon about it. A lot of the stuff that we've been doing on that new project has been skill building and tool like collecting tools, techniques, and stuff that will for sure use when building the tutorial because it's actually pretty cool with what we're doing. And I did post a little bit of hints on that in the devlog when I was working on building like terrain meshes and textures in Blender. So, a few more updates to that is just, well, figuring out the best way of using more than 4 textures in the splat map, which it's interesting.
Aegis, can you resave this into the folder? I set it up properly.
Thank you. Once that's done, or actually, I can delete the old
Because
one
the other
because
one was
it's
called empty
synced.
object.
Good point. Also, that
I give it a
reminds
name,
me.
an equipped text, and a tip reference for desktop users. So that should cover us for at least a little while. We'll make a tool for it later, or a model.
Yeah.
Can
Sharkner.
you use it? Because I couldn't get it to function.
I'll give me a moment.
Yeah.
I just gotta update something real quick that Sharkmare reminded me earlier before this morning. I needed to update the Tron disk I made. The essentials. It had used secondary on it, so people with certain controllers weren't able to move with that controller. So now They're able to. Good. Well, that's done. And we do have a question here. Another one from computer user. You kind of make sure I scale this up, and then we'll attempt again to see what that uh, rig tool does. How difficult would it be to recreate the visual effect in that art game Catacombs of Solaris does? I know we have some procedural textures, but I'm not knowledgeable if they are good enough for the copy plus paste to current view. Oh,
I mean, they
is
could
that
just use the procedural like noise texture for that, honestly.
copy paste your current view onto the environment? Is that the one where? No, I don't think we can do that yet. If I, if that's the game I'm thinking of, where you take a picture or you use
No,
like a painting
that's viewport for I think something like that. That's
catacombs of, that's it.
yeah, from what I can see, if this is the right game, the
Yeah,
screenshot from Steam.
that requires a bit more of like custom shader work in that case. Same with a
I'm
go
gonna pull
ahead.
a video just to see what they're doing. Because we do have like procedural noise color textures that people could use for things, but you could also just make a blotchy color like that in like as a texture itself and use that.
But it's not
Um,
like that making the texture itself is how it warps, how it distorts in the view is where it would be difficult to recreate. And I don't think it's possible yet. Once you stand, it teleports you to a random location and pastes your current view onto all the walls and ceilings. Yeah, that's like projecting the texture procedurally on of your previous view onto the new one. That yeah, that would require some custom shader and mesh work in order to project a texture onto the environment. Also, kind of remind that game reminds me of the game where it's like a static. Where I don't know if this is visible, but there's a gloopy in this form of static here, and I don't know if this illusion works. But
it might be eating the bitrate.
if you pause the video, you won't see it. But if you unpause the video, you'll see it. You might still see a line there or not, but yeah. That's a whole I forgot what game it's called, but there is a game that basically is that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, you might be able
that's
to
cool
get
that the
an
illusion works on
effect.
their end.
You might be able to get this effect with like a camera, and then just use like the render texture on the material, but it might be kind of weird.
Oh, yeah, that's cool that this like illusion actually works. I'm gonna just leave it here. There we go. Yeah, hopefully that answers the question. And technically, this feature is semi possible. It's just would probably need
A lot of
mm,
setup
setup,
and a lot of funky stuff with cameras. Like you'd have to set up a thing to print out the picture, and then like probably
project it
align it to a camera,
onto.
project it. Yeah,
You could probably do that with procedural triangle textures with that texture mapped onto it with like a fade off, the vertex colors. That's how I could possibly see that being because you can raycast the triangle edges based off of your view.
let's try to get this chain working.
Okay, yeah. Let's take a look. Create new rig. Okay, there's a ball. I don't know what this ball does, but I've
Can
seen the
we?
videos. Let me grab Streamer camera view, smooth POV, setup IK solver. Can you deselect?
Yes, I was just seeing what components it was giving it.
Oh, is this a new procedural mesh?
Um, oh, maybe.
Oh, boop, boop, and boop. Oh, I see. Uh, what if I set up fabric solver? Add effector. Interesting, I see. Wonder if you can add like constraints to it. Wonder if that's like planned or so.
Oh, I think I got it working.
Probably is. Oh,
Uh,
it needs an effector.
shouldn't you be able to like edit it with a tool now that there's a rig on it? I had to manually add a rig. Um, you might
Whoa.
have to unselect this one because you're currently working on this one, and then instead of create new rig, maybe you can select one.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
because that's the root.
Look at how it twists.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing that Fruits just like started working on as well, the twisting stuff the other day.
Oh, yeah, to make keep it
They did a YouTube video about it.
how to delete bone. Uh-oh.
Transform.
Add effector. Oh, I see the effector goes right here. Actually, now I'm now curious here real quick. I'm gonna a little bit. Oh, we have ourselves a new procedural mesh.
Mm, bone.
Rick bone mesh. Sweet. Whoa. Interesting. Well, that answers that question. That I had that it was two cones, but no, it's procedural fully. That is cool. I still would need to figure out more about this, but yeah.
I wonder why the debug visual here doesn't show the procedural bone mesh. It's instead using
Well, it's like
tubes.
the debug rig mesh or rig visuals that say for like you and I in our avatars, we see it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but I mean, just like from the like, because this one has the tool here.
Well, this one's made with the new
There's the
ones,
number
and I
one.
don't think Brooks has updated these to have those new visuals. Although it'd probably make more sense to have them like Capsule Collider visuals mixed
Oh,
in
this
with
effector
these.
is not parented under the bone chain. It's just in the world root.
I am now curious. Can I, first off, deselect this, grab this to remove the effector, and then remove this bone, and then select this one, add an effector. Oh, okay. So I'm wondering if that's probably still in the works for adding and removing bones or removing bones on the fly. Oh, well. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, this one's the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ah, okay, that's what I need to do. Let's go here.
Hmm.
There we go. Check it out.
Ah, see, you'll need to add an effector. Do you see it on there?
Yep.
Okay. It lives.
Aha. It actually really works too. Look at that.
Imagine like hanging from this, like trying to swing around like a rope or something.
Yeah.
And uses for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to make mechs with this. I know that for sure. Once it's like set up with like constraints and such, that will be cool. Oh, come on.
I should go over how I got that working as well, just so
There we
I
go.
can showcase that.
Let's
Go
have a
over
look.
here.
See.
Yeah. So let me clear the debug visuals real quick, so it's not as crazy. Um,
Mm.
oh, it's still got the bone visuals. Clear debug. Oh, I guess the bone visuals
There's two
get cleared
types of
out.
visuals. At the old debug and then the when editing bones visuals.
Can I clear the visuals here?
I don't. I think it's when you finish the rig or create a new rig, maybe. All right, let's see it. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so creating a new one finishes that other one.
Okay, so we have the base root, which is like just an empty object, and I put the rig component on it. Um, and this is like, setting up the thing from scratch. You just throw the rig component on there. I think we might. I kind of want to recommend that maybe this thing has a function to like place a rig component on the object that you're looking at or selected with, like the one that you have in context. Say I'm holding the tool and I grab the object and then do that. Let me just double check that it doesn't already do that. 3D model. Uh,
Doesn't look
yeah,
like it's doing it.
it doesn't. So we should make a feature request for that because that would be nice. As it stands, you get the rig component, which is in where is it actually? Uh,
That's under uses, if I recall. Common avatar system, right?
uh,
Was it?
is it an animator? Animation?
Well, it's the rig, so maybe so it's
Let's
utility.
see here. I just grabbed it from the rig that the tool generated earlier. Um,
Is it an uncategorized?
it's always fun looking for new components.
Or trying to remember where old ones are. Rig bone proxy. Let's see here. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I can't even. Ah, I see. Welcome to the stream, Groot. All right. It's not an uncategorized. Question is where? Meta miscellaneous input data. I'm gonna check users again. Okay, that's just locomotion.
The other one was in transform, the fabric solver, so maybe it's in transform somewhere.
Function drivers and direction.
Um, yeah, where is it?
Where is this rig?
We need the surging one.
Yes, we definitely do. I don't know why would I say. Okay. Um yeah. Essentially so far, you take the tool itself, you create a new one,
Oh,
you
that's what I was
can
gonna show. You can edit it from without creating a new one, which is how I did this one.
and you
So if
can
someone
simply
makes like
just
an object,
drag one like that, and then you set up the solve. Then you add an effector, and you can move it around. You can parent things under there. There was an area labeled inverse kinematics. Have you looked in there? Was it
that's just a
moved?
fabric solver. It's just a fabric solver to
Yeah.
transform.
Actually, just to show those tuning in, yeah, that's the new component. Newly added system that is currently work in progress. While you're welcome to start playing with it, note that we might make breaking changes to it that will require you to update your content. If you want to ensure long-term content compatibility for anything you build with this, please wait for this notice to go away. Figured I'd read that out loud too, because that is definitely good to know. Where is thy component?
Wasn't there like an avatars section?
That is for Protoflux, is what you're looking for. And, like, I'm surprised it's not here. On the rig or user.
Yeah, I thought it would be under user. To be honest, it's fine. Um, grab the rig component from wherever it is. We'll find it in a bit. And then if you have the tool there, you grab it in the yeah like that, and then you hit secondary, and it should pop up on
Oh,
the object that you have here. Um, for the bones, you'll have to click add and then drag and drop the slot that you want for that bone chain into the rig component. Um,
I could just
you
add
can't.
it like that, too.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if you already have a chain of objects, then you need to do it through the drag and drop,
Yeah.
as far as I can see.
So if I remove
Um,
this one, means I would have to remove this one. And that means deleting the latest bone that I just added to it. I'll just use that. And now the
if it ever
component.
runs into an error, by the way, it resets to default pose, which is what it did right now. So I think deleting the bone from the fabric chain, uh, made it explode.
Yeah, and this is why it's still a work in progress.
The effector here is not in the chain, so I can just drag and drop the effector back in. I'm gonna do that.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. So now the effector should fix it. But it doesn't have the last bone that's on there.
And that means we add a new one.
Just take the link itself. Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's
Oh,
remove the fabric chain and re-add it.
okay. In that case, we go to transform, inverse
No,
kinematic.
you had to do it through the tool because that's just a component itself and has no context.
So I
It auto
go,
sets it up from the chain. You already have the rig assigned to the tool. You just need to open up the context menu and add fabric chain.
I did a thing.
Open your context menu and then add fabric chain.
It only says create new rig.
Oh,
Oh,
grab the rig from right there, and you hit the middle click, or the R click secondary.
oh.
Oh, you can just stack them.
I can just stack them. Uh, yeah. This is why we have a test object here. But it's pretty cool that you can like mess around with that right now. Hmm. Well, I tried adding it every time I hit secondary. It does that, so assuming it didn't like me deleting that bone that way, so yeah.
Create a new bone chain so that it removes these. Oh, it doesn't remove them.
Psst.
It's okay. Look, this is fine. That's why we're messing with it here. So now we can make a new GitHub issue. Let's say a bug report. Um, we're
If
doing
it's
it
not
in
already
real time.
being worked on.
Well, I might as well do it anyway. It's fine if it already exists.
Well, that means if I had an effector, you can even have a single bone being affected by it. Interesting. I am definitely going to make things out of that procedure mesh as well. Well, definitely, folks, check out the devlogs when Fuchs is working on that for more updates. This is interesting to see, even in its early state. Well, anybody has any questions for us,
Oh, can you undo
Resonite,
the delete?
or
Sorry. There we
you're
go. So you might have
muted?
to move the camera.
Whoop, there we go.
There we go. I just need to test this on this thing over here. Oh yeah, it's almost 7, so we should pull out the thingy.
Yeah, in a bit. Give me a moment.
This
If anybody has, okay, you beat me to it. Good.
one.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, it'll be a good time to ask now. Otherwise, you can always ask ahead of time in the Discord or live next week around the same time, 6 p.m. CST. Anything about Resonite, anything about creating for using Resonite, things like that. We may not know it. We can always directly to places or people that do have that information. So, yeah, feel free to ask. Don't be shy. Otherwise, we were just messing around with some new features that are in the works, but are available for users to mess around with them. The iCake update is definitely getting there. It's quite some good progress. And I know for sure I am going to be updating my avatar once that's up. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully soon, also, we'll be able to showcase more what we're working on, whether it be the universe, the tutorial, or this other project that we're working on as well too. It is a returning project that we did a while ago. We wanted to revisit in a more like truer sense of we wanted it to be, way kind of, and yeah, it's gonna be cool. So
We'll have a little bit more info on that when we do the recap.
yes.
And that'll be fun because then we get to start showing people what's going on and what we're doing, and maybe even have people help out with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, on that note, well, hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon or morning, evening, or midday. Thanks to our patrons and our supporters on both Stripe and Patreon. You all help us keep on doing what we're doing, keeping this platform up, keeping this space alive for people to be in, build cool things, or just enjoy each other and all that. This board right here updates every time you spawn it out with a new list. If someone has subscribed, your name will be on here. And this is just only a fraction. This is like the topmost tiers. There's much more supporters out there that help this platform keep going. And thank you. Thank you all. I'm probably going to be getting some dinner soon and, oh,
Mm-hmm.
probably mess around a little bit more with that IK stuff. And, yeah, we all take care. Bye bye.
See y'all later.
There we go. And boop.